I think every business owner out there needs to know about the birth of Facebook and how it came to be. And if you don't know or you never watched the movie, I'm gonna break it down for you in less than 3 minutes, right? All right, so boom, your boy Mark, right? Your boy Mark was in school, he was in college, and he had his mans with him, right? And he had his other mans with him. It was three of them. It was Mark and his other two mans. One of his mans, right, wanted to join a sorority, right? So he wanted to get down to sorority bros, but the sorority bros really wasn't jacking it for real, right? They really wasn't jacking it for real. The sorority bros was more in tune with Mark, right? They knew Mark was a genius. They knew Mark was smart. They wanted to get in tune with Mark, right? But before all of that, they knew of Mark's projects. They knew what Mark was doing on the back end. Mark created this whole project for the school where he made up a website where people would rate females. So they knew that Mark was a genius. So it was like, we're not really trying to get down with your mans. We're trying to get down with you, Mark. So like, Mark, what's up? Mark wasn't really jacking it for real. He's like, nah, I'm not really into that. I'm not really into the sorority type of, I'm not really into that. But they knew how smart Mark was. So it was like, nah, we need you on the team, bro. We need you to rock with us. Mark was like, I bet. I'm going to rock with y'all, right? I'm going to join. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to do that, right? So Mark gets on with the sorority bros, right? Fast forward, the sorority bros comes to Mark with an idea, right? They're like, so yo, Mark, we know you're smart or whatever the case may be. We trying to build this platform for the college, right? Almost like social media to have everybody link up, right? So Mark go back to them and he like, yo, I don't even think this is a good idea for real. Like, I'm not really jacking it. Like, it's not gonna work. He telling the sorority bros that, and the sorority bros came to him with the idea. So he telling the bros like, nah, the sorority bros like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Forget about it, right? But Mark snaked them, right? He 48 them. He went back to his original bro, and he told his original bro, yo, I got an idea, something like social media. It's about for the school. Everybody gonna link up, join up, right? And it's gonna be all on social media. Then his original man's like, yo, forget what you're talking about. You went to join the sorority bros without me? Knowing very much so that I wanted to join the sorority bros? Mark like, yo, stop, like, bro, that's not even the goal right now. That's not what we're talking about right now, bro. I got something that's gonna flock. I got something that's gonna do numbers. Rock with me on this one, right? So fast forward, time flies by. Mark is the brains behind this is pre-baby Facebook. Mark is the brains behind all of this, right? And then his bro, is like the marketer. He's like the face behind it. He's like the cool guy behind it, you know, just getting everybody hip and in tune, right? So Mark is building this platform for social media and the college kids, right? And then his mans is making it blow up, making it do big, right? So at first it's for the school. The school was not jacking it, just for simple reasons that it invades people's privacy and it's too much information involved. So the school wasn't jacking it, right? They got into legal trouble with the school. Mark was like, I'm out of here. I'm not jacking it, right? His mans was like, I'm out of here too. I'm not jacking it. So both of them move out. They drop out of college and they focus in on Facebook, right? Fast forward, you know, they're doing big numbers. They get into marketing. They get into advertising, right? Then we got an outsider. So an outsider comes into the picture, right? An outsider comes into the picture with Mark and his mans. And he like, yo, I could blow this up. Get me involved, right? So he like, get me involved. Mark Mans wasn't really jacking old boy. He like, nah, I'm not really jacking him. He not for me. You know, he not for me. He don't have a good purpose, right? But Mark was jacking old boy, right? So fast forward, Mark's mans was out of town for some time, right? So during that time, Mark brought the outsider into the picture. So Mark brought the outsider into the picture while his original mans was out of town. So during that whole time, Mark and the outsider was working together, right? So Mark also 48 his mans because his man said, yo, I'm not really jacking no boy, but he still brought him in, right? So Mark brought old boy into the picture, right? But his man didn't know. So his mans came back and he like, yo, what is he doing here? And he like, oh, he part of the team now. He like, what? Yo, stop playing me, bro. During this time, Facebook is doing numbers. Facebook is ramping up. Facebook is Facebooking at this time, right? Also, I'm gonna put this in. During that time, while Facebook was Facebooking, The sorority bros that gave Mark the original idea was like, yo, this look mad familiar. They do their research and they find out that it was their idea that they gave to Mark. The same one that Mark was like, yo, it's not gonna work. It's the same one. They like, nah, he stole our idea. So fast forward, they get into legal issues with that, but let's go back, right? So Mark's original man's came back to like, yo, I'm not jacking this. Mark like, nah, he part of the team now, he Gucci. So now it's quote unquote all three of them. All three of them working together, right? Now it comes to the part where they dilute the shares, right? So at first it was 50-50. Mark and his mans. At first it was 50-50. But Mark like, nah, now we got to rearrange it because, you know, he's on the team now, right? So they get back to rearranging the numbers, right? And then Mark's original mans was the last one to sign the papers to dilute the shares. He looked at the papers. It says Mark owns 33%. And then, no, it doesn't say Mark owns 33%. More time, it said that Mark's original mans had the least percentage. Like, it was like 0.0001. Like, it was the most least percentage out of it all, right? Mark's mans is furious. He like, yo, what's up? Like, what's going on? You telling me this? Oh, you telling me boy over here getting more percentage than me? And I'm the original founder. So Mark is 48 and everybody, like, Mark is he's on Wahi Simon. He 48'd the sorority bros. He 48 his mans, and he put somebody else. Like, Mark is on BT, bro. But he not really into that drama. He not really into the mix. So he like, yo, bro, either you gonna sign it or not. Mans is like, what? We going to court about this, right? So fast forward, legal issues. Now Mark got legal issues with the sorority bros and with his original mans. His original mans, he trying to give him 0.1% of the company, and the sorority bros, because he quote unquote stole their idea, right? Fast forward down the line, years later, everything is sorted out with him and his mans, right? He gets the shares that he deserves. Old boy that came into the picture last minute tried to 48 Mark. And then his original man was like, yo, I told you so, bro. He's not good money. Like, I told you, bro. He's not good money. So he tried to 48 Mark. So it's just a whole bunch of 48s just going out around. 48, everybody's getting 48, right? Fast forward, the sorority bros collected a big fat check from Mark, right? Because he had to pay up because he quote unquote stole the idea. But that's just a testimony to show that it's not so much about the idea, it's more about the execution. Because I could bet money that if the sorority bros thought of that idea and went through with it without Mark, it wouldn't be Facebook. It wouldn't be the Facebook that it is today. It would be something else. It would be social media. I don't even think social media would be a thing if Mark didn't steal the idea, right? As crazy as it sounds. So that's just a testament of execution is way more better than the idea itself, right? There's like 50 brands with the same product, but it's all about execution. That's how it's going to get off the map, right? But back to the story, right? So fast forward, the sorority bros collected a big check, right? Mark's mans got the percentage that he deserved. The outsider that came into the picture, he was done for. He was just out the picture. And then Facebook came to be what it is today. Now Facebook owns Instagram. Facebook owns YouTube, I think. Facebook is Meta now. Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar company off of a guy in college that quote-unquote allegedly stole someone else's idea, but executed it the right way and formed a team around him. Although there was a lot of whole drama going on with the team, he formed a great team around him. His mans was really good at what he did, right? The outsider, he was okay at what he did. He just had bad intentions, and he had a whole team of coders just around him, just making sure that the Facebook was up to date and was able to handle the amount of load of people that was joining every single minute. Like every single minute, Facebook was at least ramping up at least 10,000. So he hired great coders. He hired great marketing. He hired great people right beside him, right? Although a lot of drama was going on, he still did what he had to do to make Facebook the app it is today, the social media platform that it is today. So with that being said, you got a business, just make sure that you got a good team around you. Make sure that you don't have no bad intentions, and you don't bring nobody that around you that has bad intentions. Make sure everybody has good intentions. Execution is more better than the product itself. Execute it the right way, and you have a $1 billion company right in front of you. Execution. Remember, it's all about execution. Execution.